This is the Yoeleo R12, a carbon fiber aero race bike direct from China. And in this video, we are going to review it. We'll talk about how it performs, rides and handles, and go through the details on it, and whether it's a contender for your shortlist if you're buying a new bike in 2022. So let's dive in. It's likely you've never heard of Yoeleo before, but you might have heard of a trend of buying direct from China. Now, it's no secret that most carbon frames like this are made in China or Taiwan. That is where the expertise in manufacturing is. But here in the UK at least, we buy through a brand, a Specialized, a Trek or a Cannondale. What Yoeleo are offering is buying direct from the manufacturer. And Yoeleo, as an example, are trying to stand up on their own feet and compete with those more established long-running bike brands. One of the big reasons and benefits of buying direct from China from a brand like Yoeleo is the price. So the bike we have here today with a Shimano Ultegra mechanical group set, but the entry-level SAT 50 carbon fiber wheels retails for £3,450 here in the UK. But as you can see, we have the upgraded wheels, which cost £1,070, quite a bit more than the £600 of the stock wheels, taking the price to just over £3,800. To put that price in context, a Canyon Aeroad CF SL8 disc, another carbon fiber aero race bike with the same Shimano Ultegra mechanical group set and similar carbon fiber wheels, retails for £3,649. So as you can see, the R12 with the entry-level carbon wheels is quite a bit cheaper than a Canyon, and a Canyon is quite a bit cheaper than many other bigger bike brands. That UK price includes all taxes and shipping costs as well. And really, the big question is whether all of that is enough to tear you away from those more established brands that we all know and many of us love. Now, you might have seen a previous video on this bike where I talked about the pros and cons of buying from a brand direct in China, and that's linked down below in case you want to see it. But a quick recap on this bike, just in case you missed that video. So the R12 is a new model in the company's range, and as you can see, it's an aerodynamic road race bike. So all aero tube profiles from the fork blades, the hourglass head tube, that camtail down tube, the seat post. But we don't have drop rear stays like we get on many modern race bikes, so it has a more classical look and an almost horizontal top tube as well. There's full internal cable routing with a one-piece carbon fiber handlebar and stem and aero spacers, and designed for disc brakes, wide tyres as well, so all the modern details you expect on a bike like this. And this paint job, which I have to say looks amazing on a sunny day, not so sunny today, is one of several options available. Now, most mainstream brands offer you two if you're lucky, but normally one colour option. But here you have a choice of half a dozen colours as well, so a nice customization feature. It's understandable that people might have concerns about buying a bike direct from China from a brand they've never heard of before. But after several weeks of riding the bike on my local roads, any concerns or doubt about the quality of the bike or the performance prove unfounded. Now, for an aero bike, it needs to be fast, and while there's no aero data from the company, under my legs, it's definitely a quick bike. It builds up the speed quickly, holds speed very easily, and definitely requires less power output at higher average speeds. So the speed is definitely there. Got a deep section carbon wheels, the aero handlebar, the reasonably aggressive geometry that puts you in a nice forward tuck position. So for blasting along the road at high speed, it definitely ticks that box. The one thing that really surprised me about the R12 and has made it a lovely bike to ride on my very bumpy local roads is just how smooth it is. We got nice wide 28mm wide tyres at low pressures, but that and the frame design is definitely ironing out, smoothing out all the wrinkles and imperfections and potholes on my local rough roads. And it's definitely one of the smoother carbon aero bikes I've yet tested. It's on a par with that Canyon Aero CF SL, but not quite smooth as a Trek Modone perhaps. So if you want an aero bike that won't beat you up and it won't punish you on long rides when you're not racing, this bike will definitely do that too. It can do long ride comfort as long as you're good with the geometry, the aggressive geometry, really well. I'm really surprised with how comfortable it is. That slight softness the bike has when dealing with rough roads is also evident when you're throwing a bike around corners and swooping bends. It's not a super sharp, super focused, stiff as anything aero race bike. When you get on the power and give some beans, whether sprinting or climbing, the bike doesn't feel as stiff as a Specialized Tarmac SL7 or even my own giant TCR Advance. Definitely a bit of softness evident when you're really pushing it hard. Even with my measly power output, there's definitely a bit of softness there. But for usability, for accessibility when you're riding but not racing, that's just fine. So all things considered, I think Yoeleo can be commended for trying to stand up on their own 2 feet and offer a brand to compete and rival with the more established bike brands that most of us are familiar with. So in summary then, while it's easy to daydream about a Pinarello Dogma F or a Specialized Tarmac SL7 S-Works, the Yoeleo R12 might just be an enticing and exciting alternative to those more mainstream offerings. You get a high quality frame design, it looks fantastic as well, various levels of build and customization available, and the shipping issues from China are less than they used to be, and you get a warranty as well. So I think the Yoeleo R12 is a fantastic contender if you are in the market for a new race bike in 2022. Anyway, that'd be my review of this new bike. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment down below. If you've got any questions, I'm happy to help as best I can. And if you want to see my roundup of the best aero race bikes currently available, then check this video right up here. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting this button right here. But that's all for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all again very soon.